doing 7s, looking all bougie in that with a trim Powtech UC10. Mr. Adrian Portelli, it looked absolutely What is going on, guys? I hope you all had a very happy and very safe new year, and I hope you guys kick all your 2025 goals that you have set, because that is exactly what we are going to be doing here. And in this video, we are going to be going over that, as well as giving you guys an update on the VY Club Sport behind me. I've been slack with uploading and whatnot, because there has honestly been a whole bunch of mishaps, whole bunch of other stuff going on, like the VFHCT tribute build and the end of the year, Christmas, all that jazz. So I feel like I need to give you guys a bit of an explanation as to why the car didn't make it to Summer Nats, and yeah, pretty much the reasoning as to why it isn't running yet and what not. So let's dive into the goals for this channel. Now, firstly, there is obviously going to be more builds. So with more builds, there is more content. Now, I do want to try and upload twice a month. I'd love to do 4 times a month, but guys, I work a full-time job to be able to afford the things that I do have. Now, there is not a whole lot of people in the realm of social media building a car to this level, let alone having an 850 horsepower Falcon and a pretty much brand new ute, as well as all the other stuff that is going on and all the other stuff I have planned for this year. So I'm working 6 days, almost 7 days a week most weeks, and this I do in my spare time. Like right now, it is currently midnight and I'm filming this video. Then I'm going to be editing it to all hours of the morning, because it is not a quick process. Even a 20-minute video takes a good 2, 3 to 6 hours per video to edit, because I'm OCD and I like things the way that I do them. So that is going to be a thing. I do also want to try and get a filmer and an editor so I can film a lot more and I can get out a fair bit and do a lot more. If I got somebody filming and editing for me, that'll be absolutely cracker. But we will see what happens with this channel. Right now, I'm doing it solo. I'm busting it out like I always have, and I'm trying to get everything that I possibly can. Now, speaking of more builds, I gave Josh Lever a call the other day and asked him and said, hey, would you be interested in building a party car, burnout car, Summer Nats car, whatever you want to call it, just for the fun of it? And he was like, yep, whatever. Once we get our funds together, we will go in, get something probably from like VB to VS, something we can put a LS in with a high rise, cam it, turbo 400, lock diff, all that jazz. Literally just a full-time party car. I am a mechanic, so obviously I can do the mechanical side of things, and Josh knows a thing or two about panel and paint, so we can make a car from scratch look absolutely killer and do all the right things in order to have a fun party car. I feel like that would be really good content wise and really good for the pair of us, because we'll have something that we can actually bash on and not care if we break, like my Turbo LS here and his ProCharge LS there. That is something you probably don't want to sit on the brake for more than bloody 30 seconds, especially being a forced inducted car. Myself and Kurt did the VFHCT tribute build and gave that car away, and now we're dumb enough to go and buy another car the other night that we are also going to be giving away as well. So there will be more details and an introduction video on that car within the next week or two, so that'll be cool to look out for. We are going to get you guys involved on this one, because to be fair, I feel like the VFHCT tribute wasn't everybody's taste. It is a very acquired taste. So in this one, we're going to get you guys on board. We're going to get you guys to pick the colors of the interior. We're going to get you guys to pick the stitching design, the wheels, all that jazz. It's going to be absolutely cool, absolutely banger. I cannot wait to get you guys involved in that. That'll be some fun for the channel here and some fun for you guys. And again, it'll be a free to enter car as well. Now that I do have the trailer, which you would have seen in the last video, that's a build in itself. I've ordered a few things for that. Now that I've put a few different cars on the trailer, I'm going to make it a little bit more universal. And with the trailer, obviously now that I have it, I can impulse buy more dumb shit. So there will be plenty of content going around on this channel, plenty more cars to come. Like, I am actually looking at a car tomorrow. Whether I actually end up buying it, whether I end up keeping it, whether I end up modifying it or flipping it, that'll be a whole nother story, but you guys will see a video here if I do make up my mind with what I'm doing. But hopefully I get it, because it is a bargain, and if I can get it for the price I want to get it, it'll be an absolute steal, and content-wise, it'll be cool. It'll get a whole new audience, I reckon, and I feel like you guys that are already here will love it as well. Now, let's get into the infamous VY Club Sport Turbo LS build that has literally almost been off the road for 2 years now, next month. Pretty depressing once you think about it, but it looks like a whole lot is going on here, but not a whole lot at the same time. So the reason why this car didn't make the Summernats is mainly because the tail shaft didn't fit on the standard tunnel. So it does have to get modified and raised, and Shane Chassis is going to be doing that. Now, at the same time, he's also going to be putting a 6-point roll cage in it that is going to be nice and tucked up and out of the way. He's going to be putting removable door bars in it, as well as a removable taxi bar for the back. Now, the good benefit to that, and me spending the money now, is the fact that when this car is running, I can get straight into dialing the car in at the track and racing it with all the safety and all the safety regulations all ticked off. So it will be good for me to do, I think, a 750 with that style cage and removable door bars and taxi bar, but it'll all be teched and all good to go. If I didn't have that, I couldn't go any faster than 140 mile an hour and a 10.0, I believe, or even a 10.50. Now, this car is going to be absolutely blowing that time out of the park. I'm not too sure how serious or how deep I'm going to be getting into racing this car, but I would love it to see a 7-second pass at one stage, because the whole driveline is capable of it. If you're not on it already, guys, and you can't already tell, this thing is going to be absolutely wild as a street car, A, and B, at the track itself. I do have to do all the pillars and roof lining, and I'm going to be doing them in Alcantara. So Kurt is going to be helping me out with that before the cage goes in, because once the cage is in, you cannot remove any of the pillars or the roof lining. Hanging out with Kurt, mind you, he's a really bad influence if you guys can't tell already. I actually ended up selling my old interior to Mr. Lever here for his VY GDS build. So he's already put in the rear seats, he's already put in the center console lid and the gear shifter surround. I still do have all the door cards in which we will be removing, but I am going to be keeping the front VF GDS seats in there, because when they do the cage, I need to know where the seat is in my seating position so nothing hits and nothing gets in the way, as well as the taxi bar at the back, because I will be putting VF GDS style seats in it because I feel like they look absolutely banger in this interior, and it does update it a little bit, and it also will go with everything else I have planned in the interior. I don't want to give too much away with what I'm doing with the interior, but like I said, VF GDS front seats. I was going to do the VF GDS rear seats as well, but thank you to Mr. Adrian Portelli for beating me to that and making me not spend the money, because to be honest, it looked absolutely shocking to me. I don't know if it's the parcel shelf that's too round and too bulgy for such a sharp, straight seat, but I'm glad he spent the money and I didn't have to find out the hard way. So I may be going with the 4 buckets. Kurt, if you're watching this, I'm sure you're bloody cheering because he keeps trying to get me to do it, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Or just a standard style rear seat, or the Calais seat with the headrest. Now, let me know down in the comment section what you think I should do. If you all say GDS bucket seats all around, I'm probably going to cry, because that's what Kurt really wants. So I'm not too sure. I feel like it kind of makes the car look like a roller coaster. It is going to be a roller coaster of a ride, that bloody thing, but I literally don't want it to look like the bloody Green Lantern from Movie World. So that is another thing. And speaking of other things, I do have a Kirky here, which obviously when the cage gets done and whatnot, this will be going in on the brackets and getting modified to my seating position. And then when the trim gets done, Kurt is going to be trimming this Kirky as well to match my seat that will be in there and the whole interior. So it won't look out of place. It'll look super nice and you won't see any of the alloy. And yeah, we'll be doing 7s looking all bougie in that with a trim on the Kirky. Now, another interior bit is the Haltech UC10. Now, I got that and the Mako surround. Josh actually got donated my surround and he bought a IC7, in which I did have in this car previously. But I feel like the UC10 will go with the new banger interior. and it'll be a little bit of a freshen up and an update. There's a few other little plumbing bits to go that I am still waiting on and waiting for, but that will be all in a video that I'm 3/4 of the way through. I'm literally just waiting for 2 or 3 more things. I can whack that together, and the whole plumbing side of this car is absolutely done and it is ready for Shane chassis. Then from there it can go get wired up, and then from there it can go get the exhaust fabbed up as well as the intercooler modified very slightly, then straight to the dyno and running, and then straight to the bloody track. If you have seen this thing in person, it is not clean at all, and to be fair, I don't really want to go and paint it and do all this jazz to it, make it all nice and pretty and tarted up. For when I have the new setup up and going, I'd much rather not really care about scratching it. I'd much rather not really care about blowing the tires on it and wrecking a whole paint job and a whole new HSV kit, which I have had sitting around for a fair bit of time now. So probably towards the end of the year, I'll be getting it painted and whatnot once I get used to the car and the car's all dialed in. It doesn't have to come on and off the hoist all the time, and it has had its fair share of racing. So as always, there will always be more stuff, always changes with the setups, but this is my baby. This thing is staying. It is not going absolutely nowhere. I love this thing. And yeah, this is literally what started this whole YouTube social media thing and has kept me going, to be fair. So there's an update on the VY Club Sport. That's an update on what I have goals set for this year. So guys, I think we're going to leave it here. So thank you all so much for liking, for commenting, for sharing it with your friends and family, and watching itself. I appreciate you guys all so much. You have no idea how much it means to me. And I hope you guys are super keen for 2025 and what is in store for this channel. Because I'll tell you what, I bloody am. And you guys bloody should as well. So I'm going to leave the video here, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Put those post notifications on so you do not miss out on the next video and future videos that this channel will be bringing to you guys. So as always, we will catch you in the next one.